All right, so welcome to SS1. Congratulations on your admission into the Senior Secondary School 1. So this is your first year in Senior Secondary School, and if you're in the science department, you'll be taking a subject known as biology. So biology is compulsory for you as a science student, and it's a must, yes. So let's quickly talk about the second topic in your scheme of work, in your curriculum, right? Which is living things and non-living things. Living things and non-living things. So living things basically are things that have life. Simply put, they have life. So just remember this: the things that have life, and the non-living things are the ones that don't have life. So what has life? You have life. That is why you are seeing this video, and you can even understand what I'm saying. So you have life. Animals also have life. Think of anything that can walk, that can talk, that can move around, and the likes. They have life. So what are the things that don't have life? I want to assume that there's a biro in your hand right now. It does not have life. The book that you used to write in school, it does not have life. Your phone does not have life. So we are just going to class them here. Your pen, your book, your phone. You see, just think of things that cannot talk, that cannot walk around, and all of that. Things that cannot even feed. Yes, those are things that we call non-living things. So now let us characterize living things. What are the characteristics of living things? I'm assuming that you must have heard this before. When I was in school, there's this, should I call it an acronym? This was what we were taught, but I can see that this has been modified to Mr. NIGER CAD, right? Okay, this is what is new now. M here stands for what? Movement. Movement. A living thing must be able to move. They must be able to change their position, their whole body, or parts of their body. They must be able to move from one point or one place to another. Another characteristics of a living thing is respiration. Respiration is the breakdown of food substances in a series of reactions to produce energy needed for other life processes, right? That is respiration. Now, what is the N in Niger? You have nutrition. Nutrition simply means to feed. To feed. For you to stay alive, you must eat. If you don't eat, you're not going to stay alive, and you won't be able to grow. You get it? So that is basically nutrition. Now, what is the G? Growth. Growth. Oh, okay. Before we go to G, let's go to irritability, which is the I. Irritability, which is the I in the Niger. Irritability simply means your ability to respond to stimulus. Your ability to respond to whatever is going on in your environment. For example, somebody touches you, you have to be able to respond. You get, it's one of the characteristics of a living thing. Now, what about G, which stands for growth? Growth is the increase in size, mass, or weight of an organism. When you eat, you're expected to grow. When you eat, you're expected to grow. And the next one, which is the E. The E stands for what? Excretion. Excretion. When you eat, it is not all the components of the food that your body will absorb. Some will have to be passed out as feces or urine. So excretion is basically removal of waste products from the body. So if you do not excrete, if a human being, for example, does not have the ability to excrete, maybe pass out feces or urine, the waste products become poisonous to the body. So add this at the back of your mind. So where are we? Reproduction. Reproduction. That's the R here. Reproduction. So basically, a living thing must be able to produce its own kind. It must be able to reproduce its own kind. You are alive today because your mom and your dad came together and, give birth to you. You also will grow someday, give birth to your own children. Reproduction. Animals reproduce. Humans also reproduce. So to ensure continuity of life, right, humans have to reproduce. They have to produce offspring. Yes, offspring. So living things have the ability to what? Reproduce. Now, The C stands for competition. Living things compete. You struggle for food, struggle for space, struggle for basically anything that is important to life, right? You struggle for food, struggle for water, you have to compete. And then it's all about survival of the fittest. So you struggle for things that have limited supply, e.g. food, space, water, and the likes. The A under CAD, right? You said, this is competition, right? This is adaptation. You must be able to adjust to changes in the internal and external environment. What do I mean? For example, during cold season, your body has mechanisms of, that it uses to adjust to the cold weather. Similarly, during hot season, your body also has a coping mechanism. For example, you tend to produce a lot of sweat during hot season, and that sweat is, it has this cooling effect on your body to keep your body cool, you get, so you don't die from the hot weather. Now, the last one here is death. Every living thing must die. It's a must. It's ordained by the Creator that a living thing has a lifespan. You live for a particular amount of years. For example, life expectancy in humans, according to the current research, is about 56 years for men. Maybe 50, if you are lucky, you scale through that, but you're expected to die at that age, right? So every living thing must what? Must move. You must be able to move. Every living thing must respire. Every living thing must feed. That is nutrition. You must be able to respond to external stimulus. That is irritability. Every living thing must grow. Yes, you must grow. This was not how you were 5 years ago. This was not how you were when you were just a toddler. You have experienced a series of growth from when you were a newborn. I'm assuming that for somebody to be in SS1 or in your class, you're at least above 11, right? So the way you were when you were 6 is not how you are now. For E, excretion, you must be able to pass out waste products. After metabolism, there will surely be waste products when your body has, for example, absorbed the nutrients it needs in the food you take. There has to be a way to pass it out of the body since it is no longer needed. You must be able to, what did we call the R here? Reproduce. You must be able to give birth to your own children. Cows give birth to their own children. Similarly, lions, sheep, and the likes, even fishes, they have to give birth to their own kind, and that is to what? Ensure continuity of life. So you must be able to compete for food, for water, for space. And what have you? You must be able to adapt. Yes, adaptation. You must be able to adapt to changes in the environment. And lastly, it is a must that every living thing will die. There are no two ways about it. So let's stop here for today. In the next class, we're going to discuss the differences between plants and animals. So kindly subscribe to this channel, share this video,